All right, so let's just dive in. The Road to Restoration, which I'm calling, for their part, a very significant rebrand of RuneScape that begins with the removal of Treasure Hunter. Do you guys think that they stuck the landing on this in terms of how impactful that is?
I mean, yes. I mean, the removal of treasure hunt, as we've said in previous episodes. I mean, the money coming in from treasure hunter has been declining year on year on year over the past several years. So they had to do something. I mean, this isn't all, oh, look, we're doing this for you. I mean, they've seen the writing on the board. Less income coming in, people getting upset over, some of the more egregious promotions that they've had and quitting, and a lot of those people staying away. So something had to happen, and this is, yes, it's a bold step, but it's a necessary step because for the game's survival, they want to be here for the next 10 years. They have to do something, and this is a good way to try it.
And RS3 is not old school. It doesn't have those 250,000 people playing it that are, acting as
Yeah,
subs. You got to have a stream of revenue somewhere. Tanis, how do you
that's right.
feel?
You can't underestimate what a big step this is, what a big deal this is. At the same time, I can't help but feel like Treasure Hunter died with a whimper. You know what I mean? Like it kind of petered out, um, which is good, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's a huge step. And there's a lot, there's so much more um, planned, and that's the thing that really gets me is it's not just the removal of Treasure Hunter.
No,
They're going so much further.
it's it's a relief. It's a relief to have Treasure Hunter gone, but the work really is just beginning, and in many ways, it's a lot like figuring out exactly what you're going to do after an old corrupt regime disappears and leaves. It's like, how are you going to replace what people had come to expect day by
Mm.
day? And how are you going to replace that in a way that not only carries forward what people will expect of the game, but also how it can make the game grow? I am personally of the belief that, this is something that players have been asking for
Mm.
forever, basically, whenever it came to Treasure Hunter. Because I was looking back this week to things around, say Hero Pass, Yak Track, Rune Pass, when Treasure Hunter first came out, and everything that we saw in relation to all of this, it was brought forward with the underlying subtext that, oh, well, yeah, we're going to talk about the content that's going to be coming out for this quarter or these 6 months. But there is always this underlying subtext. When are we going to talk about monetization? When? When?
Mhm.
When?
Well,
And
I
that
think you
conversation
hit
didn't
the,
start till last year.
but I think you hit the nail on the head. What are they going to do to grow the game? And that is the most important question because you're losing revenue. I mean, Treasure Hunter was dying anyway, but it was still bringing in revenue. What are you going to do to replace that? Well, you have to increase your membership base. What does that take? Well, it takes some good advertising. It's
Yeah.
gonna and
And
you're gonna have
and
to
to be
spend
clear, it's
money to
not
make money.
Well,
it's not a simple matter of making people play RS who are playing old school, because that's one
Exactly.
membership right now. You
Yes.
buy membership for
yeah.
one, you have membership for both. So getting
Mm.
somebody to, switch between the two games, that doesn't help the bottom line.
That doesn't matter. No. And that's exactly right. You have to bring in those people from WoW, from Star Trek Online, from all those other
But
games out there.
I
And
don't know that they do because RuneScape has such a gigantic base over 25 years, do they have to get new people, or do they just have to
Well,
get enough people that remembers RuneScape to play
well,
again?
exactly. To get those people back in, to get those declined memberships
and
back.
and
That
that's
that
what
I call that a new player
and that's what I said
because
in that article about saving
hmm,
RuneScape, because each and every update that we got after EOC, in one way or another, no matter how you looked at it, a graphical update, a combat update, a promotion update, a move to Yak Track, then to Hero Pass, it continually split, polarized, bifurcated the community to a point that the only people who are left playing this version of RS are the ones who have some strong attachment to it that they don't have any other reasonable alternative that they would have swapped to at this point.
that's it. And I mean, let's be honest. I mean,
It's a
OSRS
core 25 to
is
30k people.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And an OSRS, it's a great game, but it's the official private server game. It goes back and gives you sort of all that sort of nostalgia type thing. RS3 is supposed to be the flagship game. That is the one you should have the majority of your player base playing. And they have been bleeding that. We have been bleeding players. I mean, yeah, archaeology brought some people back. We've had seasonal events. They bring people back, but bringing a person back for a month or two is not good enough. You need to have those people dedicating a couple of years of membership to get their characters up to enjoy the
So,
game, and that is the biggest thing, to enjoy the game. And I think with the removal of Treasure Hunter and some other things that we'll discuss later on, I think that is going to get us more back to basics of enjoying a game.
see, I think the important part about removing Treasure Hunter is you're taking away the weapon. We've just been cutting ourselves and hitting ourselves over the head over and over and over. I mean, dyes, tradable rares, you name it. A myriad of treasure hunter items that people didn't
You remember
like because it was too
the debate
powerful.
around the ensouled pumpkin mask?
Hmm.
And just, if nothing else, they took away the weapon.
But
Right?
you
Now
imagine those things. You imagine those things coming in through actual gameplay, through your treasure trails, through I mean,
It would have been
even if you just had them
a
on
different game.
seasonal events, where people are coming in and we get so many points, we can get this mask, which helps us out, and that type of thing. I mean, untradeable
but if a
rares, I'm not neither here nor there for me, but it's something that's always been on Treasure Hunter, and you're spending money on to incorporate it into actual gameplay, can only add to that enjoyment, add to that adrenaline rush. That
yeah,
feel good moment, which is what we want from the game. I mean, sorry, I mean, on Treasure Hunter, it's exactly the same as going and playing your one-arm bandits at the casino. You just pump in coins, pull the switch, or push the button, whatever it is these days. It is that you're getting an adrenaline rush from that rather than from the core concept of the game, which is playing a game.
yeah, but don't get too like excited like all that stuff is coming in the game, because it ain't. Like, look, there's going to be so many fundamental changes. Like, it's almost like we got a bunch of crappy tattoos in our early like 20s, and now we're getting them removed or something, right? Because all that cosmetic stuff is all going to be gone eventually, with the toggle and stuff and getting and decluttering and all that. That's a good step.
That's a return
Uh,
to grounding of the game. Another thing that was addressed in that
Right. I mean,
Juna story.
and there's going to be so many things like that like those things, those concepts were that had treasure hunter, we'll never see those in the game again. I don't think. If
No,
they're being true to it.
I don't think so. I mean, if they're thematically,
If they're thematically acceptable, then they can go in through a
yeah,
marketplace thing.
exactly. And I mean, people are still going to want dyes and such to differentiate their weapons in their banks and things like that. So these are things that they can incorporate into the core gameplay, because people are going to want to have different colors for different bosses and different perks on whatever it has, things like that. I mean, and not everyone's going to toggle off. I mean, I won't. I won't toggle off cosmetics. I don't care what people have. The only place I would ever do it is if I'm at the divination area when you've got 6 people with dragons and you can't see anything. But other than
that one's coming later on down the line, and all of this underscores the whole new deal with RuneScape, the new era, as they're calling it, is that everything that we've known for the last 13 plus years, let's say, is up for reconsideration. And I think that's a very good thing, something that makes me very optimistic about the way things can go. Because if you are willing to reconsider things such as basic as how your game is monetized, it really raises a question of what is your player for? And, there's an unfortunate truth, I think, with a lot of players that they play with an efficiency-minded outlook that has been catered to over the last, 13 plus years, to a point that if you're not playing efficiently, as in, not doing the dailies, then you're gonna run into a problem where you're not gonna have the utmost positive path to success at the end of the day. And I think if some of the things that come out with this integrity roadmap can change that, that's nothing but a good thing. And it all started with removing Treasure Hunter,